and welcome to my video blog for Friday, December the 24th. In the words of ZZ Top, every girl goes crazy for a sharp-dressed man, and I cannot agree more. And that our president is someone who proves to have surely got it, and that he's a guy who knows how to wear a suit without the suit wearing him. But let's take into account that our First Lady is no shrinking violet, and that she's got a fashion sense of her own. And all of the fashion world was all abuzz due to the fact that she chose to wear a vintage dress to a very prestigious presidential gathering. Now, it was the first time ever that a First Lady has ever chosen to wear a vintage gown, which means old and very expensive, but it was quite the fashion choice. And I really have to applaud her myself in that in today's economy, she has really proven to be someone who knows how to work a budget in a very unique way. You know, and it's got me to wondering that maybe the First Lady needs a committee of her own. You know, like a team of powerful women to work with over in Washington. You know, maybe we should equip her with someone like, you know, maybe Susie Orman, because she knows how to work a budget, and that she's someone who should be in charge of accounting, and that she can say yes or no to all those purchasing choices that happen to maybe run through her desk. So I think Susie Orman would be great at that. And then maybe on that whole school initiative of what the kids should be eating, maybe we should get someone like Rachel Ray on that committee. You know, now I know Jamie Oliver has been all over the place really working on that, but he's got that crazy hair and that accent. You know, I don't know. I think it kind of scares the kids. They should get Rachel Ray, because isn't she the one who can make a meal in like 20 or 30 minutes? Yeah, I mean, and when you take into account that the kids only have, 30 minutes for lunch anyway, I think it all sort of works out. Speaking of working out, I think we should also get Julianne Michaels, you know, from The Biggest Loser on that committee as well. Now, she can whip everybody into shape, because you see what she does with those guys on The Biggest Loser show. I mean, she'd be perfect in that she can get the whole nation, you know, looking a little more svelte. So, here it is. We got Michelle Obama sitting at the helm. We've got Susie Orman in charge of accounting and purchasing. We've got Rachel Ray making those meals in 30 minutes. And then we've got Julian, who's just basically whipping everybody into shape. I think that's the new committee that we need to put together for 2011. Now, since I'm already on a roll and making suggestions, I think our congressmen and women and the guys over in the Senate, they need to kind of step it up as well. Maybe adapt a page from The Apprentice. And that I love the one episode that happens all the time on the Celebrity Apprentice, where the celebrities are responsible for raising thousands for charity. Now, it's the dreaded week that everybody hates, and that, yes, they have to call up their very rich friends, and they actually have to hit the pavement and do everything that they can in order to raise money for charity. And it really got me to thinking when I watched the 60 Minutes episode this past week about how all of the states are basically underfunded, and that they don't have enough money to support themselves. Well, maybe that means our congressional leaders maybe should start stepping it up and stop looking for things to cut, but actually getting out there and pounding the pavement and raising money, raising capital for their districts and raising capital for their states. And if they don't raise thousands, like which happens on The Apprentice, then let's face it, they stand to be eliminated or fired by the Donald. But instead of being fired by the Donald, they'll be fired by us. And that, hey, put their jobs up for a special election, and that in a certain time period, if you can't raise thousands, or if you can't bring in jobs, if you're not doing your job, then hey, you're out of there. I kind of like that suggestion, and that it brings a whole new level to accountability. Now, something else that I really like that happened this week is that finally, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed. And that whole thing about gays being able to serve in the military openly is finally come out. And that everyone has permission to speak freely. Thank God. And that the president was even happy, saying that, hey, he was so thrilled to sign this bill that basically means that Americans are all even on the even keel, and that they're able to serve their country like they were intended to. And it's a good thing. And it was a feel-good moment, and there were so many people who were happy about this, and that even our own servicemen and women are behind this initiative to have the whole thing reversed. So, the signing went down on Wednesday. It was a feel-good moment. Everyone was celebrating, and it was just a party. And the president felt so good about it that he quickly got on that plane and went over to Hawaii and started his vacation. So, it was a good time rolling. Everything's good, but like with every party, there's always a killjoy. Somebody who has to bring the party down. Someone complaining that the music's too loud. Someone complaining that the buffet table doesn't have anything less fattening for them to eat. Like, are you serious? Well, that person was Robert Gates. And on Thursday, he was quick to announce that, hey, wait a minute, not so fast. And that it's going to take time to put this whole thing into action. And that anyone who's looking to step out of the closet should maybe stay in it. Because if you step out too quickly, you may possibly be eliminated or fired. So it sounded like a big bullying threat to me, and that it didn't really sound very pleasing. But since he's reminding us about the expiration date and that no one should quickly act before everything is settled, it makes me realize that, hey, he also has an expiration date, and that Gates is looking to retire come 2011. So I can't wait for that date to come up, because after comments like that, nobody is happy to see you. And I think we'll all be happy to see you go. I have to wish all of our servicemen and women a very Merry Christmas, as well as you guys as well. And I will see you when the two number ones come together to make 2011.